every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Think about it. We'll get into everything that we're going to get into as we go along, but I got to rant real quick. But why would you throw out an inexperienced pitcher in a game you're still close in? And I don't care what the record is. You show up for a fucking rivalry game. But he's actually talking to him constantly. That is a sign of a really, really good coach.
It's the ToddFox postgame podcast with your host, ToddFox.
Because the only thing I want to yell is fuck! Do it.
It's that type of day here, folks.
Oh, yeah. Hello, everybody. You can hear us, but you can't. There
Hey,
we are.
there we go. Momentarily surprise. We're back.
It works. Welcome back into the ToddFox Studios and the Halos in the Infield and Katella Chronicles. As we did another live stream, we are officially, if you want to count them, 2-3.
2-3 overall, but that counted for last year. This year, 2-2. It's gone win, loss, win, loss.
Yes.
So hopefully the next time we do it, which is actually the poll question that's loading up here momentarily.
Yeah, we're going to wait till we get votes on that one.
Once we see loads up, the question of the day is going to be, which team would you like us to cover next?
Yeah.
Looking at the August schedule, I know earlier in the week works for Todd, and it's all good with me. Cincinnati or Baltimore. I know Baltimore's more into September, but two young up-and-coming teams we don't see all the time, especially Cincinnati in the National League.
Yeah.
But Cincinnati or Baltimore, it'd be fun to see what the fans thinking a little bit.
Yeah, we got two really good teams that are playoff bound.
Yeah.
That are going to test us big time. So before we get into all that, what happened tonight, if you were with the watch party earlier, we really appreciate it. Loved all the comments, and glad you guys put up with our shtick as we got through that one. Yeah, that's it. It is what it is. The Angels took a loss tonight, but before we do, real quick, 714 tickets, 714 tickets, 714 tickets. If you need to go to any kind of concert, whether it's as big as freaking Taylor Swift or it's as little as Uncle Joe at the rodeo, you can get the tickets on 714 tickets, 10% off by just putting in Halos in the Infield, HITI, in the promo code, and there you go. You also get 5% off or 5% back for an additional purchase. So that's really 15%.
You can't beat it.
On any purchase, yeah. So it's really, really good. Excellent customer service. Also, go to Noble Brewing, which is just across the street from off of Katella, and you can get your $1 off drinks there by mentioning Halos in the Infield. And also, speaking of Katella, please like and subscribe. Katella Chronicles, my man Dominique and his buddy David do a great job over there.
Yeah, we've been having fun covering the Angels and the Ducks for the last 2 seasons now, and being a part of the Halos in the Infield crew is also great. We're two separate entities, but essentially we're one big family at the end of the day. That's why you get to see them on our podcast and me here doing these live streams and a bunch of other podcasts as well. So it's great to have them. There's big news and big and better and crazier things that are on tap that I know Todd and Fernando and everybody else will be getting you all the information on very, very soon. But it's so great for not just Halos in the Infield, but Katella Chronicles as well, because we get to be a part of it in so much and more.
Exactly. And I think the camera's off because I even see the on air is crooked.
Oh, wow.
Do you see that a little bit? Or
It's that kind. Again, it's been, there. It might be the.
Is it the camera?
I think it's the TV.
It is a TV.
I think it's the TV.
All right, it's making the on-air look
It's
crooked
leaning
too, right?
towards the Atlanta Braves because they know the Braves won tonight. It's already that type of night. It's been that type of day. We had the trade deadline show at 1 o'clock to about 3:15. Fernando was on for that, and not really too much happened. And that kind of trend filtered into the Angel game where it was just kind of a game. There wasn't any too much excitement. Rip off the bandage, in and out, 2.5 hours, and Angels take a 5-1 loss.
There was
tonight.
only a couple moments in that game where it wasn't like the usual Angel games where we have a lot of up and down roller coaster type of moments. It was it was definitely a opportunity for the Angels to get some ground here, or at least stay in where you're at, because again, like Eric says, you take one step forward, 2 steps back. and the runners in scoring position is driving you nuts. During the game, again, getting guys on first and third, you're going to cash in one run, which is what they did.
Thankfully.
But you got to move the runners over and get more guys in the scoring position, keep the carousel going, and they really didn't do it. So let's hear the box score on what the Angels did, and then we'll talk about the pitching, because I know you got a lot to say about the Angels pitching.
Yeah, tonight, Angels with runners in scoring position, 0 for 5 with 7 men left on base. And to put it into perspective, the Braves went 0 for 1 with 3 left on base.
Correct.
So not a lot. A lot of their runs, or all of their runs, coming with runners not in scoring position, except for the sacrifice fly by Matt Olson in the first inning.
Yep.
But really, the scoring started, as mentioned already, in the bottom of the first inning. Sandoval had a very rough 32-plus pitch first inning, and it was a sacrifice fly by Matt Olson scoring Ozzie Albies to make it 1-0 Braves after 1. It took some time for the Angels, but in the 5th inning, they manufactured a run on a ground-out fielder's choice by Zach Neto that scored Mickey Moniak. They had runners at the corners and 1 out, and Neto was able to drive 1 in. So they tied it at 1 in the 5th, but in typical Angels fashion, the very next half inning, they yield a run on a solo shot by the 9-hole hitter, Michael Harris II. 2-1 Braves after 5. The Angels threatened a little bit in the 6th, threatened a little in the 7th, couldn't get the job done. And then, unfortunately, Jacob Webb, the former Brave, in the 7th inning, just couldn't quite shut the door. 2-run home run by Orlando Arcia, and then very next pitch, a solo shot by Michael Harris again, and it's 5-1, and that ends up being the final. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for the Angels. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Braves. Strider improves to 12-3 on the year, a 3.61 ERA. That slider was absolutely devastating tonight. It was a little bit funny to see Zach Neto give him a look after Neto was hit by a pitch, which ended up being Strider's last batter of the ballgame. And the loss goes to Patrick Sandoval, who's now 6-8 with a 4.11 ERA. Tough night all around, just not much going on. And the Angels, barring scores from everywhere else, Yankees lost to the Rays, so the Angels will stay above the Yankees. Boston is playing Seattle. I'm not sure what the score of that game is. Houston's nearly no-hitting Cleveland right now. And I believe Texas
just won.
Okay,
so they break their 3-game losing streak, and now they push 5.5 ahead of us.
And they'll stay in first for the night regardless of what the Astros
And
do.
the Angels are technically in 4th place now, depending on what Seattle does.
Seattle's up 1-0 in the top of the 3rd of the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Now, a positive that can come up, and we'll talk about this more throughout the postgame show, is if the Mariners win tonight and go out and jump a half game above the Angels, the Angels have 4 games against them starting Thursday.
Yeah.
So you can really make up ground. A half a game is a half a game. The Angels will have, like I said, 4 games to get the job done and move ahead. So I think just to keep the teams in front of you at bay, I'm okay with Seattle winning tonight if that means they hop us just by a half game.
Or if they start going down the next few games. But it's just the problem is, like, on one hand, you want to watch these games and scoreboard, but the other hand, you want the Angels to win. And you got to come out and you got to win these games on nights where you got to keep pace. Yeah. You're not going to win every game, but God damn it, dude, and losing tonight 5-1, like you said, Sandoval's numbers weren't bad. Strider's the best they have to throw at us, and we did a fairly good job. But again, runners in scoring position, extending innings, swinging at pitches that weren't strikes. I mean, we were helping him out all night tonight.
That slider is devastating.
Yeah.
But you got to show at least a little bit of self-control.
And I think we should change the K part on the Angels, because we could have did it last year, change the K to a S in the box score for Sereno. I think this year it should be a T for Thames.
Yeah.
Because you have 11 more Thames tonight.
Yeah.
Double-digit strikeouts is unfortunately a nightly occurrence.
I'm trying to remember. Without looking at the box score, I'm trying to think who had the most Ks tonight. I know Ohtani had 2. Did somebody have more tied?
No, they were tied. There's 2 other players tied.
So everybody had a little bit of strikeouts tonight.
Literally, the only guy that didn't strike out was Neto.
Well, good for Neto. Put the ball in play.
You basically had Renfroe, Moniak, and Ohtani with 2. Everyone else had 1. So again, 0 for 5, 7 men left on base, but you didn't have much opportunity. But again, I mean, look, this was bad tonight. The Angels could have did a lot better. I felt they left a lot on the field. tonight. So let's get into the awards, and then we'll start getting into everything else. We'll give some more takes on this game and maybe a few other games, because
some thoughts on the trade deadline today.
Yeah, thoughts on the trade deadline, and also standings, because again, you're still alive right there at 3 games back in the wild card, no matter what happens tonight.
Yeah.
And but losing a game in the freaking standings and division kind of hurts, because you just started to sniff it, and now you're back on the outside looking in.
You got the Texas 2-step in 2 weeks, 3 in Houston, 3 in Texas. That can be where, again, you have Seattle this weekend, and then the Texas 2-step the weekend after that. So the Angels have an opportunity. The opportunity is there when the time comes. After that Texas 2-step, you're not going to be seeing much of the division for a while.
To the end of September.
You get Oakland in the end of August. I believe it might be in Oakland. But you're not going to see much of the division after that. So the next 2 weeks are important.
And you know what sucks? It feels like we played Oakland when they were trying. Like we haven't gotten Oakland when they've really just thrown in the towel and we're like, yeah, we're going to Vegas.
Yeah, so the Angels, we'll get into more of that throughout, but let's do the awards.
I think this one's a rather easy one.
Yeah.
John Stamos Award, brought to you by John Stamos, the sexiest man. I mean, the coolest guy out there, has also been unanimously chosen by myself and Dominique from Katella Chronicles. It's going to go to
Michael Harris II, the 9-hole hitter for the Braves. What did he do tonight?
What did he do? 2 home runs tonight.
Yeah, what did he do?
He's like, let me give us the lead, and let me put the exclamation mark on this game. So, he put this game away. He also made a nice, easy catch on that long fly ball by C.J. Cron.
Yeah, if that ball's hit a little bit more, a 2-run home run is a difference.
It's a 3-2 game, and then you never know, because then everything changes. And then, so let's get into Nacho Night. We'll make that quick.
All the chips, all the cheese, all the refried beans, all the onion and tomato and the guacamole, all the beef and jalapeno and the sour cream, all the nachos.
Well, the Nacho Night, presented by Paul Sereno, will be presented by someone else here pretty soon. But as we get into it, it was kind of bad. I mean, his first inning, he looked good.
It just, again, when you allow the 8 and 9 hitters to take advantage of you a little bit and you leave 2 pitches up in the zone, back-to-back pitches, it's not going to be good. If you take away those 2 pitches, his night was not bad at all. But in typical Angel fashion, 1 or 2 pitches wreck your entire night.
Exactly. So his final numbers over 2 innings. 2 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 3 Ks, but 2 big, huge home runs. It was 2-1, and then Webb poured gasoline on that fire.
Yep, and that was that. So Jacob Webb is your nacho of the night. He had spent 3 seasons with the Atlanta Braves in 19, 20, and 21. Makes his return.
19, 20, and 21?
No. 19, 20,
I was like,
and
damn,
19,
that dude's
20.
old.
Yeah, 19, 20, and 1921. But no, in 2019, 2020, and 2021, and then he comes back in 2023 and throws up a dud in the 7th inning. The 6th inning was great. He blew by Marcell Ozuna with that first strikeout, 1-2-3 frame, not bad. But just a very poor 7th inning and that was that at that point, unfortunately.
Yep, the chair checking in with Farmer just throw the no-hitter. So
all right, so the
Houston.
we got Verlander today. They throw a no-hitter. All is right in the world.
Houston's back to being Houston. So Farmer getting the job done. So let's talk about it, because, again, we can't sit here and celebrate too much about the trade deadline, because, again, a bad taste in your mouth is the loss that we experienced tonight. I think everyone was on such a high and getting an unexpected win last night, and then turning around tonight hoping that, okay, Grichuk would come through, and he did the first couple of hits. It's like, okay.
2 for 4 night.
Moniak got off, didn't strike out but once, got a couple hits.
Yep.
But Ohtani was the non-factor tonight.
Yeah, he had 1 hit in the game, an infield single, but that was pretty much it.
Yeah, and then other guys didn't come through, which we would hope. Renfroe would be hot on the what is it called, road trip.
Yeah, and he has been.
He has been, but quiet again tonight. And again, like you said earlier, that Strider slider was just incredible. And again, your favorite pitch of the night was the sweeper, was it, Dominic?
I can't. I can't. We talked about it in the broadcast. A sweeper pitch, which I still don't believe in, it's either really good or really bad. There is no in between with the sweeper. And tonight, there was a couple moments that it worked out for the Angels, and then there was a couple moments, clearly, with a couple home runs, did not work out.
Yeah.
So it's just a pitch that, I don't know, it still needs some tinkering with at the end of the day, but there is a positive to be taken away from these first two games in Atlanta. The Angels are sticking with it. They've done a good job. Last night, a 4-1 victory. Tonight, a 5-1 loss. But they're out hitting Atlanta, and, well, now they're not outscoring Atlanta because they have 5. So it's 6-5 in the 2 games so far. The Angels have 16 hits in this series, and Atlanta has 11. So the Angels are doing well against Atlanta. Most teams against Atlanta give up a lot of runs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. But the Angels pitching staff with Chase Silseth yesterday, even Patrick Sandoval today, and a little bit of the bullpen both days, this isn't back-to-back blowout affairs where the Angels have lost and been embarrassed by the best team in the National League. They are just tight ball games, and Atlanta is good at this, winning those one-run, tight, close contests. And the Angels just a bad night tonight. If the Angels win tomorrow, I can forget about this game because you hung tough for most of this game for about 7+ innings.
Yeah. With
a very good Atlanta team that has a very, very, very strong chance of going to the World Series.
Yeah, you look at the Angels pitching outside of Webb. If you take Webb's appearance away, they've only allowed 3 runs in 2 games.
Yeah, that's not.
So we'll take that.
That's not horrible.
Yeah,
bit.
That's not bad.
6 runs in 17 innings against the Braves bats that have Acuna, Albies, Olsen. Something positive to look at. I know it's a tough game, 2.5 hours. They lose 5-1. It was kind of a mediocre, not much energy. It was kind of that flat-lining type of game. Again, Game 8 of a 9-game road trip. They're probably getting a little homesick, want to get back to their own beds. They don't have a day off until next Thursday. It's the dog days of summer now that the calendar flips to August. I get it. I'm not making excuses. It's facts.
They just got to chase that game tomorrow. And again, what we're talking about is what we're real frustrated is the fact that the mentality has to change. We talked about it several times, especially when they were leaving guys in scoring position or not moving base runners over. I mean, eventually, someone's got to talk to these guys. Someone's got to listen. Someone's got to write a fucking article. They have to understand that you need to manufacture runs when you're struggling at the plate.
Yep.
Nobody's going to feel sorry for you because you're striking out to lead the league. No one felt sorry for us last year. No one feels sorry for us that we're hitting less than 230 with runners in scoring position. You have to change things on your own. So that means switch up things, choke up on the bat, work walks, the go the other way route has not worked.
No, and if at the end of the day, if John Stamos can choke out Roger Lodge, the Angels can choke up on their bats. If one goes hand in hand, and if, at the end of the day, if someone can choke up something, and if it's the Angels not choking up at the bats, it's Stamos.
John Stamos choked on me.
That's what we need to
See,
do.
you just got to choke on him, baby.
And you know what? For all you guys that are negative tonight, I mean, Roger doesn't appreciate that.
If you're a so-called Angel fan, if you're a Halo honk for life like me, then shut up. We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts
at
tonight.
9:20 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
9:20 a.m. Giolito on the bump for the Angels. Let's go.
And hopefully we're winning.
Wow, winning. I'm by winning. I win here and I win there.
That's what would happen if we win tomorrow, because
we by winning.
Yeah,
one way and another.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 we win here, we win there.
Exactly. This is what I'm going to say. I know some of the comments, people were frustrated. Not the great game. I think we'd be more frustrated if we lost a game like if this was against Pittsburgh tonight. We'd be super mad, especially with Toronto losing tonight to Baltimore and the Yankees losing and other teams losing and or winning, whatever the situation is. I'm frustrated, but I'm not demoralizing this team, and I'm not throwing the nail in the coffin. The Angels were buyers at the deadline. They have Grichuk, they have Cron. It's only been 2 days. We were hopped up and energized yesterday. Days like this are going to happen. And I know we're getting down to the wire. The calendar has flipped to August, and games are going to be more magnetized, or a higher magnitude of games at this point. And I get it. But if the Angels can win a game against Atlanta tomorrow and take Series 2 out of 3, everybody's tune's going to change. Oh, we took 2 of 3 from a World Series contender. Yeah. And guess what? If the L word happens tomorrow morning, it'll suck, but it's one of those situations, kind of like the Houston Astros series. You messed around, and now you got to go sweep somebody at some point. By losing 2 of 3, you're going to have to sweep. By winning 2 of 3, you only have to take 2 of 3 in another series. And Seattle, you're playing 4 starting on Thursday when we come back to the Big A. That's going to be a huge series. The last time they were here, we won 2 of 3. If you could take 3 of 4 this weekend, and the Giants, who did nothing at the trade deadline today, that are still competing in the NL West and the NL wild card to the Dodgers and to the Diamondbacks and everybody else. Yastrzemski just got hurt, unfortunately. He's on the IL. I don't know who's pitching for the Giants. I'm going to look at the forward thinking here. The Angels can somehow go 5-2 on the homestand before the Texas two-step. That's huge. It's huge.
Not unfortunately, because all these games, like Eric said, that they've been blowing. That every game counts. You're in a situation where you got to win all these games. Every series now is going to be like, hey, we got to take 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4, split a 4-game series at worst. This is it doesn't get any easier for us moving forward.
At time, you're going to have to find a way to get a sweep.
Absolutely.
And if that sweep just happens to happen against Seattle this weekend, great. But looking at the pitching matchup after Giolito tomorrow, it looks like this. Again, Griffin Canning goes on the 15-day IL with the calf strain, so we'll see. Hopefully he feels it's not anything bad. He should be back in 2 weeks, but again, this is the rotation. You have Ohtani against Wu on Thursday. Wu had a big ERA, and the Angels couldn't hit off him that Saturday that we were at Noble Ale Works. Saturday.
Made him look great.
At Saturday, it's going to be the flip. It's going to be Reed Detmers against Luis Castillo.
Ooh.
And then you have Anderson against Kirby on Saturday. And then currently, what probably will be a Chase Silseth start on Sunday at 1:07 against Miller for the Mariners. And then it looks like for the Giants series, Sandoval game 1 against Wood, Giolito game 2 against Webb, and then Ohtani against a TBD on Wednesday afternoon. So you're going to get 2 Ohtani starts in this homestand, bookending them. So there's some favoritism here, but you just got to win games.
Yeah, it's all about winning games from here on out. It's you can't take anything for lightly anymore. So there you go. Let's get into the comments. Matty Matt says, "Welp, that went well." David says it's all about the Anaheim Angels. Let's see. Sports News says,
for the poll.
Yeah, why not cover both teams?
Well, let's see. What's the poll saying right now?
The poll right now is 57% Baltimore. So you like the Baltimore.
Okay, they like Labor Day Monday. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that game is, as of right now, on FS1. I don't know if it'd be on Bally Sports as well. So I know how we love non-Angel broadcasters.
That's true.
I'm just putting it out there.
We might lean on that one. The chair says also balls, and savings on 714 tickets.
I was pretty cocky.
I want balls and
714 tickets.
714 tickets. 714 tickets.
Yep. Let's see. Also, one step up and 2 steps back. Can this fucking team ever hit with runners in scoring position?
Do you consider tonight a 2-step back?
No, because we didn't lose in the wild card.
But, maybe, yeah.
But it is a tough loss, though. I feel because these are games. Again, I know it's against Atlanta, but it's a game where it's like, dude, if you guys just did this or this right here, we're talking a different game.
Tomorrow Day Baseball. Last year when the Angels were in Atlanta coming out of the All-Star break, they lost the first 2 and then won the afternoon Sunday game. Day Baseball, that fly ball by Cron's a dinger tomorrow. I think day baseball is a little bit different. You have Giolito on the mound for the Angels. He's looking to probably make a nice little thump like he did against Toronto.
But he's allowed some of the most home runs this year. That's a problem.
And that's the tough part. You got to have to keep the ball. The opposing pitcher for the Braves is going to be Yanni Chirinos. In 16 games, he's 4-4 with a 4.34 ERA in 66 and a third innings. And in his last 7 games, he has a 9.82 ERA.
You might be covering. Are you off tomorrow? Because I might have.
Yes, I'm off tomorrow.
I'll either have you or James do the post game because I'll be at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way I'll be back for that.
On your little lunch break,
I'll be on lunch break listening to the post game.
Exactly. Well, and Yanni Chirinos has been primarily in the Atlanta bullpen this year. He's only started 4 games this year. So it's going to be kind of a spot start, somewhat bullpen day. The longest outing of the season for Yanni Chirinos, he went 5 1/3 in a start against the Kansas City Royals on June 24th. And in that game, he gave up 8 earned on 9 hits.
Oh, yeah.
So tomorrow, if there's any day
Where the offense
Any
goes up.
day where the Angels need to slaughter a guy that has an above 4.5 ERA, tomorrow's that day.
I'm all for that if it happens.
I don't care if you unload 15 runs before coming home. Unload your load. Unload your load. Whip your Ohtani out. Whip it.
Because right now, they're 5-3 on the road trip currently.
Yeah, correct.
So if they're able to go out 6-3, that's a nice road trip.
That's it. And that's same exact feeling coming out of the All-Star break. I said going a minimum of 6-3 against Houston, New York, and Pittsburgh is bare minimum. What did the Angels do? 6-3. When we lost against the Dodgers, I was on here, checked the tapes.
Yeah.
I said if the Angels are 6-3 out of the break, they will be buyers at the deadline, and they keep themselves alive because even though August is hard, there's teams that they're chasing or that are right behind them that you're going to be playing.
Yeah.
Hence Seattle and Texas and Houston and games like Toronto, even though we lost 2 of 3. That's where we can say you are in control of your own fate. We can score. We scoreboard watch a little bit, but the Angels, if you just win games, just keep it rolling. And so far, 6-3 has been the key.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Eric said he loved the moxie from Neto staring down Strider. That was good. That was something that pumped us up.
That was like Moniak staring at the home run against Castillo in June. It brought a little something to the table.
It sure did. Robert said, like what we talked about last night, got to change those relievers 1 inning. Don't let these guys lock in on you, especially Webb needs to change up the tempo, especially with one of the best hitting teams. Exactly. Dylan says the offense sucks tonight. Let's see. Also, the chair says, well, you already said that for the, what do you call it?
Framber Valdez, no in Houston.
Yep. Angels have been so bad with runners in scoring position. Hasselman's been quiet.
He's like, I got to do nothing on a sac fly. You're on your own.
Yep. Dylan says playoffs won't happen. We should have won games earlier in the season. Also, we should have took care of our own division.
To that I say yes.
Uh-huh.
But even through all of that BS, somehow we're still alive. And we joke about other teams still being able to be alive after situations like that. So at this point, why not us?
Yeah.
Why not us? I know we blew some games with the bullpen earlier this year, some bad late game losses in situations throughout the year, like the Kansas City Royals game and the Pittsburgh game. We got to forget about them. And I hate to say that. And I know that's going to sound honkish a little bit. Blow the horn. It's honkish, but what are we going to do? What are we going to do right now about April?
Yep.
Can't go back at this point. You're still 3 games back of Toronto. Regardless of who's above us and below us, our number is 3 games back and 5.5 in the division. Even though 5.5 is a lot, because you face Houston and Texas in 2 weeks, you can, even if you get that to 2 games, it could be dicey. It could be fun.
It could be. And see, the thing is, with comments like Dylan and Eric, I don't, I have respect for them too, because you could be a honk or you could be a realist. And I'm more of a realist guy, and you are too.
Yeah.
So if the team's not playing good enough to make the playoffs, there's a reason why. There's always something to it. And he says we're a mediocre team. Eric says that we've been mediocre all season, and you can't take that away from anybody. That's the truth.
We've been, I would say, maybe not full mediocre. I think we're whatever the one minimal step above mediocre, because we haven't been 500. We've been on average 3 games to 6 games above 500.
Yep.
That's been for the majority of the year. We were under 500, got ourselves back up, but that's pretty much where we've been. So we're just a little, what's that? The little chef, little salt thing.
Yeah.
Just above 500 at this point and above mediocre.
And that's been a problem, because if we've had hitting in a lot of these games,
it'd be different.
Yeah, throw out the games where we can't pitch, because those are few and far between. There's just what you guys are saying. There's 4 letters, runners in scoring position. That has been the problem since day one.
Runners in scoring position has always been a trigger for the Angels. That's been, even when the Angels were winning in the late 2000s, going to constant playoff games, that was just something that the Angels struggled with all the time. Maybe during the Vlad Guerrero era we were better about it, but over the last definitely 10 years, it's been the kryptonite of this team, and it sucks. But again, we have our realism with our honkism. We like a little bit, but just giving just a little bit of perspective for the Angels.
Yep. We just need to have that the realism that this team right now can be much better, but it's not. And
You're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah, there is. There's a chance if this team gets back to like what we want, which is basics.
Yeah.
Which who knows if they will do. Eric Ward's saying that the pitching coach is is part of the problem with the killer instinct. I think for some of the starters like Sandoval, yeah, he's needed an adjustment for a while now.
He needs to have faith. He needs to have faith in what he's doing. And sometimes we saw tonight he had faith and conviction, but then he was getting mad at himself, and he couldn't figure it out. You got to have a little bulldog in you, almost like Canning against the Yankees. I'm throwing 120 pitches. Suck it.
Yeah, you're not taking me out.
No.
Eric Ward says, but hey, cue up the Bally's music. We have Ohtani on the Snoop Munchie Mill. Hey, I tell you what there, Dominique. This was a really boring game tonight, but you know what's not boring? A big fat brownie in my mouth.
Who doesn't love a good brownie?
And guess what? If that brownie just takes over my mouth and I start feeling funny, I get into an accident. Guess who I'm calling?
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Because it'll be a whopper of an accident.
Whopper, 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 whopper.
Sorry.
The connections that we have. But again, why couldn't, we celebrate tonight? It was 4:20.
Yeah.
The time of the first pitch, 4:20 p.m., and we couldn't celebrate.
It was meant
Come
to be.
on.
It was meant to be. Krumskar says, what's the record when you guys get together for a post-game show?
Oh, post-game show. Well, typically we get together for a post-game show when
After every live.
After every live. I filled in after the Pirates game. After was it the Rocky? Yeah, the Rockies won the 25-1 when we were there. But when it comes to live stream being here in the studio, 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2.
2-2 this season. We beat the Mariners and we beat the Yankees, but we've lost to the Dodgers and the Braves now.
Yep. And Mateo says, balls, and Savage Garden.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and
Savage Garden. Until when?
Until the sky falls down on me.
All right, there you go.
And then we call all angels.
Yeah.
And then we go calling all angels.
Let's see. Lodge is choking on Artie's splash zone.
Oh, no. No.
Hey, guys.
John Stamos choked on me.
Artie Moreno this time choked on him.
Oh, yeah. Philosophy requires no intelligence. It's an absolute misnomer, and it's embarrassing that our manager actually said he doesn't chase wins. Yeah. I mean, someone said the other day he should have been fired, like right when he said that shit.
No, well, that was like last year. We'd rather have double plays than strikeouts than double plays or whatever.
God.
Whatever the metaphor that he was trying. I think he was trying to metaphor and it just failed horribly.
Marty says, I want Goofy Bat Boy to be throwing all these bats in the dugout onto the field. We need to score runs.
Oh, my God. The good old-fashioned Eric Ibar.
Yep.
That's what you need. Wake up these bats a little bit with runners in scoring position.
Honks are tools and losers. Eric says, the next series, I love you all, and I'll definitely come here and give whatever thoughts I have.
Good.
Yeah, he's a Mariners fan, but he'll own up to it, man.
He'll own up to it, and that's fine. We can appreciate that.
Exactly. Hit the nail on the head, Todd. This team needs to be redirected mentally. Do we have the leadership for that? I think not.
Well, for the first time, we have direction in the sense of the team. We're buyers. The trade deadline is over. The Angels bought who they bought. Maybe they go after the DFA market or, waiver wire or whatever if something drastic happens. But we're in a situation where there's a direction now, but someone needs to be steering the ship in the right direction.
And Mr. Move says, I hope we go on a winning streak. And that's the thing.
We could have tonight.
We could have. Yeah.
It was close.
I think we have bipolar by winning type front office. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That may prevent us from.
Sorry, we're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody.
Hey, the Angels could go streaking perfectly if you pick up the win tomorrow, the series against Seattle, and then San Francisco, who's good but in the middle right now. This is a nice little 8-game chance. I'm going to say this. Tomorrow, with the 7-game homestand included, 8 games. Truthfully, the Angels need to go 6-2.
Yeah, but if 5-3, I could take that.
5-3, I would take, because right now the Angels are 56-52 on the season. Let's say 6-2 puts us at 62-54. That's not bad, or 61-55.
Before we hit the Texas two-step, right?
Yes.
So if we get to 62-54 by the Texas two-step,
we got to hit at least, I would say, 60 games won by the Texas two-step.
Possibly no matter what Texas or Houston does in that time period, we could be looking at maybe 3 if I'm putting my inner honk on for the division.
I'll have to see who's playing who.
And we could be sitting maybe a game out of a wild card, maybe. So, I mean, that could be something to be hopeful for. But, again, one fucking game at a fucking time.
Well, we have this. This is some forward future. Oh, my God. Forward future looking schedules. Angels. Why did I do the alliteration? I'm a dummy. Angels start the 4-game series against the Mariners Thursday. While that's going on, the Texas Rangers wrap up with the morning game against the White Sox on Thursday. Baltimore finishes off the Blue Jays.
Okay.
And hopefully I mean that literally, so Blue Jays lose.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't choke on them.
Yeah. Houston is going to the Yankees for 4. So a little give and take there.
Will the Yankees help us out?
That's interesting. You have then starting on Friday, the Blue Jays go from Baltimore to Boston.
Which Boston plays much better at home.
Exactly. So if the Angels win, and Texas is going to come home to take on the Marlins. So the Marlins could help us out because they have nothing to do with the Angels.
Yeah.
They're in the National League.
They have good pitching, but I'm just skeptical about their hitting.
Yeah. So if the Angels win, Houston, we're still ahead of the Yankees. That would be a nice situation where Houston wins 2, Yankees win 2 if we keep winning, kind of wipe them off. Same thing with the Blue Jays. We win, everything that we can win, and they kind of split so they cancel each other out and stay. So it might be one of those weekends where it's a cancellation type situation. And just even forward thinking a little more, starting next Monday, we got the Giants. Blue Jays will be in Cleveland, Kansas City's in Boston, God help us, and the Yankees are in the White Sox, and Texas is in Oakland.
Man.
So the beginning of next week,
we gotta beat Seattle.
Is not going to be great. And Houston has Monday off. They'll go to Baltimore for 3. So Houston is the only team in the beginning of next week.
That's me playing someone like that.
That it's going to be playing tough baseball. Wow. So this weekend is huge. The next 5 are huge.
That's true.
Huge.
Huge. MT says first left-handed no-hitter tonight for Houston. Halo Joe says who's the leader on this team? Who's putting this team on his back and making team better? I wonder if anyone speaks up in the clubhouse and if they're all just quiet listening to the great Nevin speak.
I think Moustakas is a leader.
Yeah, I think so.
He had the closed-door meeting. He's feeling pretty good about himself. I think you're in a situation where, again, today is the 8th day of a 9-day road trip.
Yeah.
These guys are getting a little gassed. It's East Coast humidity. No excuses. This is just facts. You go play in 110-degree heat or the humidity for 8 days in a row or something. It's not easy. You got a free day off in Detroit last week before a doubleheader. So they're going to be tired. There's going to be some laps and moments and stuff like that. So hopefully coming back this weekend, getting a little shot of adrenaline with the home crowd. Ohtani starts off the homestand. That can re-energize you in a heartbeat if Ohtani at least gets you a quality start of 6-7 innings. That's great.
I know he can get us a win. It's just can we score for him? Yeah. That's the only thing.
They did against Detroit last week.
Yeah,
but that's Detroit.
That's Detroit and Pittsburgh too.
Yeah.
Adrian says Webb really took a massive shit. You know why? I could smell it. Halo Joe says Artie can do the post game.
Oh God.
The chair says he'll be at work till 7, so it looks like you're getting the nod tomorrow if you can.
All right. I don't know if I'm going to be up for the pregame.
Okay. Well, the post game for sure. Right?
Post game for sure. I will guarantee. As Stephen A. Smith once said.
Tony C says, why could we not trade Rendon for 2 jockstrap?
You know what? Speaking of jockstraps, I mean Rendon. Too bad. Too bad. I kind of wanted to put this in motion. It wasn't going to happen, but it would have been funny. If the Angels had made a deal with the Washington Nationals to get Yamir Candelario.
Okay.
And in return, you give them Rendon back, eat money. You're going to have to eat money because the Nationals are rebuilding. They're not going to want that.
The Mets ate money today.
The Mets ate money, but we ain't no Steve Cohen Mets.
Nope.
You could have sent back Rendon to the Nationals, maybe with a Jeremiah Jackson or something, and eat maybe half of what's left of Rendon's contract. You did it with Hamilton. You did it with Pujols a little bit. And get Candelario, and then you ship Rendon away.
Yeah.
That would have been something because Rendon, that's a homecoming for him. There's youthfulness. He can help that youth movement out in Washington. Probably sells a little bit of tickets because he's a World Series champ. But again, the trade deadline's over.
He could teach guys how to fake injuries. So, I mean, there's a lot to learn there.
Teach how to left-handed swing Jesse Winker a little bit.
Tell him how to turn left in a NASCAR race, stuff like that.
So, yeah, that was just a forward-thinking thing, but it didn't happen,
I wish. I mean, Sports News is trying to go along with that. He says, why not DFA Rendon and bring in prime ToddFox?
Whoa! Prime time Todd, let's go!
See, the outfield's a jam. That's where I would play. I'm not a good infielder.
He's that Hunter Renfroe in right field.
Exactly. Mr. Moose says we need Artie to call in.
Oh, gosh.
Marty says tomorrow we will make him look like Cy Young winner and get hammered.
Oh, Chirinos.
AC says Giolito versus the number one team in home runs is scary. And you know what? That's the thing I was going to say about Giolito and about the Angels in general. They've shut down the heart of that order. You know, with the exception of one home run by Olsen, they've been quiet.
It's been manufactured runs. Sack fly. Except for tonight, the home runs, but that was by the 8-9 guys.
Yeah.
Yes, so they've shut him down. Knock on wood. That Giolito, he's still got a revamped energy about him. He's on a winning ball club now. He's out of Chicago. I completely don't blame him on that one, and he's gonna pitch at home for the first time next week against the Giants. So I think he's amped.
Yep,
he's amped.
Mr. Moves, I hope you're right. He says he's honking his halo, but he's not worried about the team right now. He's worried about it until they get to the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Party at Big Artie's house. Roger and the entire cast of Full House will be there, minus the Olsen twins. They were told there will be food. Oh my... Damn! Damn! Halo Joe coming hard with it right there.
Wow.
Mr. Moose says, do you play MLB The Show?
I do not.
I love that game, but I just don't have time for that game.
Yeah, I'm not a video gamer. I would play it. That would be like, if I played video games, it would be probably Madden and MLB The Show.
Madden was second to last game I've played.
Okay.
The MLB The Show 22 was the last one I played. And I love that game because of what you can do with it. If I had that as a kid, oh my God. As a kid, I would not get off of it. I would play it all day, all night. I'd have like 5 or 6 seasons because the first video game I ever played that was sports and it had a dynasty mode.
Yeah.
I played an entire dude's career. Like I created myself and I freaking played like 10 seasons with the Seahawks. You know what I mean? Like before I couldn't play no more.
Oh my God. Yeah, you keep going until you can't go no more.
Yeah, it's like, and I would actually be one of these guys like all the way back to Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball on Super Nintendo. I'd actually play all 162 games.
Oh, my goodness.
I would play all those games. I'd play the playoffs. I took the California Angels to the World Series. So I'm over there punching in because that's before they had the naming rights.
Yeah.
I put in all the rosters. Every time I play a new team, I'd fix their rosters.
Yes. That's what you do. It's only the best way to do it.
Absolutely. Let's see. Eric says, I'm actually in a reflective mood today. So, Roger, when does the season start today? I need to hear that joke. Well, I believe
we got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
There you go.
And here's a good one for you. Angels are 0-1 without Michael Stefanik on the bench.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, news about Stefanik as that transfers into he's going back to AAA because Jordan Adams got called up today. Did not play. But some things going on at AAA Salt Lake we saw after the game. Brandon Drury is in the game tonight at AAA Salt Lake doing a rehab appearance. So it looks like he could come back Thursday. He'll probably play today and tomorrow at Salt Lake, catch a flight because probably typically Wednesday games at the PCL level or sometimes afternoon games. So Drury could be back by Thursday or Friday. He made a terrific defensive jumping grab, and he had a base hit the opposite way in the right field tonight, so looking more like Brandon Drury himself.
Yeah, he did. He looked good in that highlight you showed me for sure.
So looking sexy. Let's go. Clean things up.
Eric in the chair want those pot brownies. Dan's calling for Artie to call in too. The 2002 situational hitters The MT's calling for it. He wants that back.
Okay.
Thurmond is asking for the Astros, or he thinks the Astros will beat up on the Yankees.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, right.
Nevin can't make a call on the vacation right now. Cabo or Alaska. He's leaning towards Alaska. Let's see. Cubs killing the Reds 20-5.
Ooh. Maybe the Reds should have bought today.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Ray says Brandon Drury, in his second at bat on a rehab assignment, got a single.
It was his second at bat. Okay, good.
Yep.
Still, a hit's a hit.
Nathan says I could help y'all to a win on the MLB Show 23. I wish I could play that game again. I just don't have the time. Maybe I'll give next year's version a shot.
Maybe. We'll see who's on the cover.
Yes. Strikeout prime tide Todd in 5 pitches or less. Haha, just kidding. Todd might need a flight attendant after grooving a fastball to you. You know what, dude? Like, yeah, prime time me, man. I ain't gonna brag or boast, but I did have my problems with the lower pitches. But boy, you hung with it. Did throw me a sweeper. That shit's
No.
over the
If
fence.
you got the Michael Harris first home run,
Yeah.
that upper fastball in the zone, ooh,
I can hit him a long
that'd
way.
be good.
Adrian says I'm batting .503 on the show with 41 homers.
Wait, whoa! He's batting .503 with 41 dingers. What are you, Anthony Rendon?
Got him.
Oh boy!
I'll tell you this though, like that's what I love about the show is you could bring a guy through the minors, you know what I mean, and bring him up. And I'm telling you, I think next year for Halos in the Infield and Katella Chronicles, depending if you get back into it.
Yeah.
But if I get back into the show next year, and you guys all remind me, we should have like a season or like because I know you can do an online season.
I think so.
Yeah, and I would love to get in one of those, or at least get on there and play some people like online because I love that game, dude. So that's
hilarious.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Tony says Angels need not to listen to Nevin. They need to play their own game. The trade deadline is over. Now it's time for the reel off 10 in a row. Yeah, they got to get the wins going right there.
Yeah, like we said, 5 out of their next 8, 6 out of 2, or 6 out of 8 is the goal. That would be
goal.
good. That's the goal because again, you're playing teams that are above you, below you, and a little bit closer. It's a little bit of that mixed bag right now.
Yep. Chubb says, sup Todd, got you with that Tomahawk chop footage. Also, Nevin should have pulled Webb. Never should have came out for another inning. Painful to watch in person. I'm sorry, Chubbs. I was really hoping that you would be able to enjoy that game right there because that, again, that's probably an awesome place. I can't wait to see that footage. If you can't get it through to us on Halos in the Infield, either send it to Dominic on Katella Chronicles or myself on Heedy ToddFox. That's mine as well. Because sometimes people try to send stuff and they're like, "I can't get a hold of you," especially if we're not following back for some reason. We can't get nothing. It's weird.
Instagram or both social medias can be super weird about that.
Yeah, David's asking us to do both. Should we just do both? Say fuck it. I mean, we did say we wanted to cover more games.
We did, yeah. We've been covering about 2 games a month.
Yeah.
Well, we covered 2 here in July. July is done. At this point, because guess what? Today's August 1st. I realized that in like the 4th inning.
Yes. Well, here's the one thing. It's a bit of a breaking news, but we're not going to give the full announcement until we have the meeting on Thursday.
Yeah. So this is like secret.
This is secret, but like we're going to give a hint of what's going on.
Teaser.
There you go.
It's a teaser.
So basically, by this Thursday, we could be under contract, and if we're under contract, we will be required to do 4 a month.
Oh, is that the contract?
That's the contract. They want us to do 4 a month.
Did your people talk to my people?
Well, that's what we need to do. We're talking right now.
So see, he's my people and I'm his people. So we're talking about this now. Okay.
Because what they want from us is
welcome inside of the boardroom, everybody.
Yes. Well, yeah. Since we're caught up, basically. We've been noticed. We've been noticed by somebody pretty up there, and
we won't give away the name.
No, not yet. We can't
after Thursday.
Hopefully, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and it's pretty big. And if we do this deal, we will be required to do at least 4 a month.
4 live stream webcasts, or nickname the Manning Cast. So we gotta come up with a good name to like Manning Cast, and then we have like a definitive
because
term.
That's how they found us. Like we actually were found by not only some fans suggesting to this entity, and they were saying that, hey, check these guys out because if you want baseball coverage, and especially on the Angels, you'd want to see these guys. So like when me, Fernando, and Dominic were doing our lives, people were like, hey, you know what? These guys are pretty good. And so when they saw it, they reached out to us and we got the emails. I did a conference call and it's looking very, very positive. There's a hell of a lot of perks.
Yep.
It's just we're going to have to put in once a month or once a week.
Once a week, or even depending on the series, maybe multiple times, depending.
It will start next year.
You know, this is a great situation where, yes, we have our baseball lives here. We have our personal lives with work and different things. So, you know, that comes into play as well. But with the situation arising, 4 games a month doesn't sound horrible. It doesn't matter if it's Angel home games or road games.
Yeah,
or
it could be either.
If it's in studio or if something happens where only you're in studio and I'm at home and we have to do the Zoom thing. Stuff happens. That's just what it is. But as long as we get those 4 down, you know, you guys, all of y'all, have been absolutely fantastic this season.
You guys are the reasons why we're getting this opportunity.
Exactly. You know, I know tonight was a earlier game, a quicker game, so it wasn't like the 3 previous games this season that were 6:40, 7 o'clock starts. So I know the numbers might not look as good tonight or whatever the situation may be to the powers that be. But it's the concurrent viewers, how long you're staying on here, and that's what the best thing is. Our last game, that Monday game against the New York Yankees. Now, yes, it was a rivalry game, but still, that doesn't matter. It was a situation where we nearly, if not already, I know this morning I checked, we had 991 views on that live stream. Just on that one. Dodgers was about upper 6s. The Mariners game was upper 6s, low 7s. This, as of tonight, was already in the 400 range. And pretty much the next morning when we wake up, it goes up by 200 to 250 people.
Yeah, a lot of people catch it on the replay.
And that's because they like to go through it, and that's completely fine. So if you guys want more and you follow us, tell us. Like the posts that we do on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube to Halos in the Infield. And if you want to give us a subscription to Katella Chronicles, please do that as well. We're all one entity. I know they've been doing this now for 3 years, so you guys have a much bigger following than Katella Chronicles right now, which is completely fine because we reap the benefits, not stealing. We just reap the benefits of just being recognized in the way of being on here with Halos in the Infield. So if that's why we asked the question in this, who would you like to see us cover more, Cincy or Baltimore? Because with Todd's schedule, weekday games are a little bit easier, which is completely fine. But if other days work out differently, and maybe if it's just Fernando and I, or
the schedule
whatever.
should be different for next year. It's just this year's a little tough
transitional year
with a new job and everything, but
which is fine.
But I'll just say this real quick because I want to really say this out to whoever, and we'll go into it more. But the biggest way you can help us out is telling other Angel fans, blowing us up, sharing our stuff.
Yep.
And also making sure you're subscribed to YouTube because listen, the guy told me in the thing for you to get noticed by us. And you don't have 1,000 subscribers yet on YouTube to where you're not even you can't monetize yet.
Yep.
Because we have the live hours to qualify. You need 2 things to be monetized. You need a minimum of 10,000 hours live. We've got that by a mile.
That was easy.
Yeah, but it's the freaking the subscribers. So that's where we need to hit. We're about 200 and change short of reaching that goal. But he said that you guys are making massive improvements, and you've made it onto Reddit. We're being talked about. So again, this is something that we owe you guys a tremendous thank you. And it breaks my heart in a way because we've tried to do things for the community, and the Angels haven't grabbed a hold of us, and we're like, hey, you know what? We appreciate what you're doing. We've done it on our own. We've paid out of our pocket. There's a lot of things that we haven't gotten to yet, but are right on the cusp of doing. And so that's why when at the end of the season, we give our trivias, or we give our thank you to the fans. We have a lot of things to give away. And that's going to be something that we already got like a bunch of things to give away. The shirts are coming, I swear to God. And that's just been financial.
The timing sucked on the Artie Moreno ones.
Yeah, the timing sucked on the Artie Moreno shirts. But as far as the other shirts coming in, we had to get like everyone to pitch in from the page to get the equipment, to get the freaking shirts, to do the things that we did. But to do it consistently and to have it on, on a selling basis and also a giveaway basis, I swear to God, it's coming close. It might not be till mid-August or whatever, because finances are still trying to get straight on my end and everything. But
when you start a page like this from the ground up,
it takes time.
It takes 3 to 5 years to get to a certain standard. And guess what? This is year 3, and look what's happening.
And we've been ambitious about things. Yep. It's just that it's finally starting to come through. And
we're not trying to get media passes to touch Angels equipment like some people. Soto.
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me.
Exactly. But I just want to, again, extend a very, very heartfelt thank you. And for the patience, and because this hasn't been the best 3 years as far as the Angels baseball on the field.
No.
So we've been covering a very mediocre team. We've been covering a team that's underperformed. We've been very frustrated, but it's showing you the real Angel fans, and you know who you are. Once this team either turns it around this season, gets to the postseason, or next year it's the big year. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of doubt in the offseason.
Yeah.
So
it's tough.
So again, this is just awesome. It's an opportunity for Dominique, myself, for Fernando, for James, for Robert, for Courtney, for everyone that's been a part of the page from day one, that we could move into something bigger and better. And we want you guys to be along for the ride, because this next step, if it all goes through, it's going to bring an entire new audience to the show.
Yeah, especially with the company that's going to be coming in and working on the deal. And I know you're working on that, as you said, Thursday.
And we're not. And the best part of it, though, real quick, though, before you get into yours,
no,
we're not selling out like McAfee.
No. That is one thing. We're still going to be Halos in the infield. We're still going to be what we do. It's just it's getting put on a secondary source.
Yeah.
So you'll still follow Halos in the Infield on Instagram and Twitter, and you could do Katella. Now, again, this deal is just for them. I'm just a part of them with another name.
No, he's coming on.
We're
dragging you no matter what.
Yeah, you're dragging me. But Katella Chronicles will still be, especially for Ducks hockey, and we talk about that with the company when that time comes. Mm-hmm. But yes, I will be dragged no matter what on doing this, because the live streams is essentially another element of this big crazy puzzle that started last year with you and I, because you guys wanted to do that for a long time, and then I came about and I said, hey, I broadcast, and you're like, oh, sweet, we finally have somebody like that, and bibbity bobbity boo, there you go.
Yeah, and this is going to be sort of like a John Boy Media, because it's reaching everywhere.
That barstooly, John Boyish type stuff.
We're gonna be able to say what we want to say. It's gonna be a very interactive platform.
And there's potentially writing components, which is something for Katella Chronicles I do a lot, which is really nice.
Yeah, there's gonna be that. There's gonna be lives. There's gonna be chats. There's all kinds of stuff. So it's not only gonna be content you see here on YouTube, but there's gonna be a lot of content there too. And there's just, I'm not going to give away anymore. I wanted to say so much.
Yeah, when it goes final.
Yeah, when it goes final, you will know.
Maybe we'll do a little recording session.
Yeah,
so it's a clean video, so everybody understands.
Yeah,
and you guys will be following us the entire way, because it's something really cool. It's different. But it's the new way of media these days, with social media and with, again, the Barstool, the John Boy Media, all that becoming a different thing where you can watch a game, but you can be honest about it. It's not the gooby, everybody, hold hands, kumbaya, not ask bad, I don't want to say bad questions, but the stupid questions. We want to get some realism behind the honkism, and these are the sites, or these are the places that you're able to express that.
Yeah, and there will not be no blind dates. So
Yeah.
Listen, we were picked specifically. I will just say this last thing before we move back.
Just
to
kind of like 714 Tickets and Noble Oil Works. You made those happen. You went out and did that.
Yeah.
This new adventure that's hopefully to be started upon very, very soon. They came to us.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. I mean, that's the cool thing. Again, we were hitting the pavement trying to find sponsors, trying to get in with organizations and things like that. We were doing the door-to-door stuff. This one came out of the blue, and at first I was like, bro, I think this is – I don't know if this is real or not. Yeah. And then when I checked into it and we got it, I was like, holy shit. And and so I was pleasantly surprised. Yeah. And so again, like, I just – with them reaching out, it shows that we're doing something right.
Yeah, and it could be a situation where you're on this other platform as well, And maybe we get lucky, and our friends at Noble Oil Works, they have if you guys have been there, it's awesome. They have multiple TVs. They could have one TV of just the Angels, and then next to that TV is our live stream on YouTube. And guess what? They could put the surround sound at the brewery, and you see us there at Noble or at different places. Maybe start getting seen a little bit differently. There's a lot of options on the table, which is amazing. And that's the best thing about it.
Yeah, it's opened. It's going to open up a lot of doors.
Yep.
And to people that weren't familiar with what we do.
Yeah.
And this is a network that follows the 4 sports. So again, we get our foot in the door. You potentially get your duck's foot in the door.
Yep.
So because
there's a lot of elements.
This particular entity wants representation from every team.
Yep.
And we are number 1 on their list as far as the Angels. So that should tell you something.
So all the other people that you follow that have podcasts and different things,
they were looked at.
That have higher rated episodes.
They were looked at.
Or have more subscribers.
They were looked at.
Or more commentary. Or more interactions, or whatever you want to call on the statistical pages on Instagram and Twitter. Or some people that have press passes that we don't.
They were not offered what we were offered.
Or some people that say derogatory things about the Angels that list them under racial stuff aren't looked at. I'm just putting it out there, folks. They were not looked at. This page was. So I know from my perspective, when I created Katella Chronicles, I made a very good decision. Thank you very much.
I think you did.
But that's in a nutshell, in a very long nutshell. Those are some bigger things that are going to be happening. Hopefully, the word gets out this week and next week, and bigger things are happening. But that is the true meaning of why we asked the poll question tonight. So if you've answered the poll question, that's great. If you haven't, go check that out. What team would you want us to cover in our next live stream? Cincinnati or Baltimore? It doesn't matter if it's road or home games. We will do them. For Todd to be able to be here in the studio, it works better for the earlier in the week games because of your schedule. But if the situation entails where, I just love coming to the studio, getting to interact in person and watching the game, it flows better than, sometimes Zoom is a good thing. But
we had delays sometimes.
You have delay, and, his TV may be slower than my TV. It is what it is. But we do our best.
And basically, I think we're getting better on our telecast the more I listen to them. So I'm thinking that we're just warming up for next season.
Yeah, technically, the 2024 season for the Angels has already been listed. So, as soon as this season ends, whenever it will be, hopefully there's playoff baseball to be had. Not trying to get too ahead of ourselves. Yeah. But, it'd be nice to see baseball in the offseason start creating that formulated plan. So at the beginning of the season, opening day, we release basically our schedule of when we're doing stuff.
Yep.
That would be a fun little.
That would
be a fun treat to reveal every week. 2 more games announced. Here's our April schedule and May schedule. Yeah. There's when you get more people buying in, you get a lot of more opportunities to do a lot of fun things.
Yeah, we've definitely been on the upswing. So we appreciate all you guys, and we're appreciating the comments here. We're seeing these as they're coming up and popping up.
You already said you won't say anything else.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to keep it in. I swear to God, it is.
Doesn't Steve at least know a little bit?
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
I filled her in.
Oh, she's.
Yeah. Courtney says, really proud and happy to be a part of the Heaty Network. Yeah, she's been awesome with us as well. Halo Joe's been a part of it as well. He helped us out as well. He's got one of the best voices of all time.
Yes.
The Heaty Boys, a great group of real Angels fans, all around good people. Tons of blessings your way. Hardworking Halos, to say the least. No more honky your donkey. Get the real Angels coverage here. Love it, Halo Joe. And
exactly.
We hope that you could find some time to be part of it too, because again, that would be a big free agent to have right there. Adrian, hit me up if you want to be part. We can always use the help, man. To be honest with you, right there.
Yeah, it's it's a good group of guys to be around.
Yeah,
and gals.
Oh, thank you, Vetter. Vetter with a nice what do you call it? Comment there too.
Oh, there we go, Vetter
as well. Your props right there.
There we go.
Do we want to take any phone calls or how, what do you want?
I don't know. What are we in? We could take maybe.
We need about
two, just two.
No,
yeah, two phone calls. One.
Yeah, we'll take 2 phone calls.
Okay.
Kevin's also saying how many subscribers. We're about 2 and some change short.
Yeah, so I'll do the up to the minute number grid. How about that?
Yeah.
Because then everybody can start passing it out to everybody they need. Halos in the infield's at 750 at the moment.
Yes.
So 250 remaining.
It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, Todd. Hey, Dom.
What's up, better?
What's up, buddy?
Oh, geez, this game. I mean, I'm not gonna say it, but I called it.
Okay.
I called the loss. I'm a little sad that we lost, but we need to bounce back tomorrow because, as we all know, the season starts tomorrow.
Absolutely,
And
it does.
We got a lot of baseball left to be
game,
played, and the season starts tonight.
In the
we
morning.
didn't get shut out.
Mm-hmm.
We played it was a baseball game. I wasn't able to watch a lot of it because
No, it was cricket.
I had I did have schoolwork to do, so I wasn't able to watch a lot of the game. But I did have it in the background, and you guys too in my ear. So I did have that, and it's just we got to beat him tomorrow. Sandy is not his old Sandy self. I just hope that whatever's wrong with him gets fixed. You know, Matt Wise does his job, and really helps him out there, and yeah.
Yeah, look, his sweeper, like you said, was annoying the crap out of you.
He didn't throw it too much, but when he did, it just wasn't. Again, it's a do or die pitch. It can either really work for you or it can be really bad for you. There really is no in between him. You've seen that not just for Sandoval, not just for Ohtani, but across Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
So it's a tough situation with that. Again, the season starts tomorrow morning. 9:20 a.m. first pitch against Atlanta with Giolito on the bump. But for Vetter, I'll ask you this. If you, on Sunday after beating the Blue Jays in extra innings, and we told you if we had a crystal ball and said, hey, we're taking 2 of 3 from the Braves.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good, am I right?
Geez, I would take that. I mean, the Braves, they're a World Series contender. Like this is the best offense in the MLB, probably one of the best teams in the MLB. Like this, if you would have told me that, I would have honked my horn all the way down Katella. It would have been insane.
You would have gotten arrested for showing us your honk, but I do believe that winning 2 out of 3 would be awesome because I think this is a World Series team. I think they're going to win the World Series this year.
Yeah.
But like AC says, Sandy Sucks can't believe he gave up 2 runs to the best team in baseball. Obviously, it's sarcasm.
Yeah.
He could have been better, but again, he wasn't the reason why we lost.
No, I think he could have prevented that home run from happening.
Yeah.
If he keeps it 1-1 going to the 6th, potentially a different ballgame. Who knows? We'll never know. You got to live with it.
Yeah, it's just the hitting tonight was again ass. They got to come through because again, captain solos don't happen. We don't score runs.
No. So it's a situation, but taking 2. If you told me a month ago the Angels had an opportunity to take 2 of 3 from the Atlanta Braves, winning Game 1 and still being competitive, they're out hitting the team and limiting the Braves this season, or not this season. Pardon me, this series, and limiting the middle of their order. Not bad.
Before the Pittsburgh series, I was like, bro, this Brave series coming up, we're gonna get spanked.
Yeah.
We're gonna get blown out.
Yeah. So looking at it from this perspective right now, and so far splitting the first 2 games,
not bad.
After losing the first 2 to Toronto, I said we'd be lucky to win 1 of 3, and at least they put themselves in consideration tomorrow to go out, get the series win. You struggle tonight hitting. You have an opportunity, day baseball in Atlanta tomorrow. Giolito's pitching. Yes, he's given up some home runs. Hopefully he works around that. But again, the pitcher on the other side hasn't been great for Atlanta this year as well. And when he starts, he gives up a lot of runs because he's primarily a bullpen pitcher. So hopefully the Angels can squeeze out their Ohtani, get their honks out, and blow a little bit here in Game 9 of a 9-game road trip where they've gone 5-3 through the first 8 games.
Yep. Is she going to be able to catch a game tomorrow better or what?
Yeah, my school, I have to be at school at like 1, so hopefully that gives me enough time to, watch everything. I don't know if I'll be able to call into the postgame show, but I might have to do it from the school restroom and whisper like Hammer.
Hey, even if you can't watch it live, you can always watch it back on a replay. It's always on YouTube.
Yeah, you know what? Dominique will be doing the show tomorrow, so you could be like, hey, Dominique, can I tell you about my parties?
Dom, you better have your phones ready because I will call in. I'm gonna see it. I'm like, geez, and then like, I'm not even gonna. I'm like, you could be in the middle of talking about whatever, and I'm gonna call, and I'm just gonna be like,
the post-game shows are, I will be honest, the post-game shows are a little bit different when I do them from home since I don't have the elaborate setup. Sometimes I will sing the Bally Sports theme music or the Whopper.
Yeah.
I have to start getting very creative, and with me doing the post-game show from home, I can't do phone calls, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that's just Skype situation. I can't do that. So, but again, everything in the chat, I'll read as much as I can tomorrow. It'll be a fun time. Hopefully we can be celebrating a win, and it's a different mentality in the chat instead of sometimes dark and dreary a little bit. But
sometimes it's very depressing, and then we try to joke about it and start talking about Hammer's dating life, and that kind of gets us distracted.
Yeah, and if I'm doing it by myself tomorrow, I'm gonna be like, okay, I gotta dig deep here.
Where's Hammer?
Dig deep and focus here, people. Let's go. Yeah. I'm not gonna panic.
Keep our composure.
Oh boy, but yes, check it. Yeah, if you can, check in tomorrow. If not, watch it on the replay once it gets posted, and you can make your comments there. It's all good.
There you go.
Or I'll just send you a voice message on social media and just whisper it to you like that.
There you go.
The sweet
Whisper
sweet nothing.
He likes when you call him Dom, but in a real quiet voice, like a real outside your window voice.
Throw a couple
I'll
pebbles
tell
in
him
my
that
window.
too.
What's that?
I'll be like, Dom, look outside your window.
What is this? It the Clown? What the hell is this?
It's your problem now.
Oh God, it's game over. You do the post-game show once, and it's game over.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, guys.
All right, Vetter. Appreciate the
Love
call,
you, buddy.
man.
All right. See you guys.
All right, later.
All right, bye.
That's better right there.
Gotta have some fun in a night where the Angels lose 5-1.
Chubbs was in attendance in in Atlanta tonight, obviously. He said it was hard to see the calls from where they were, so they're probably in the outfield somewhere. I think they were in the outfield because I did see a picture, I believe.
Okay.
So what did you think of the umpiring tonight?
Strike zone wasn't. There was a couple
that
were like, what the heck? Some went our way, some went the other way.
Mm-hmm.
More went against us than for us.
Correct.
But not, no game's going to be 100%. I would give it maybe a 90% tonight?
Yeah, it wasn't egregious, but yeah, like he said.
There was a couple moments. I would give it a solid B+ tonight.
There was a foot or two off the plate.
A couple of them early, but either way, it all worked out. It didn't defy the game. I'll say that. The strike zone did not defy the game tonight against the Angels. So
no, it didn't. So I mean, you take the good with the bad tonight. You still gotta I think the Angels helped out Atlanta pitching.
When you're swinging at a ball 3 feet out of the strike zone in the dirt on the opposite batter's box.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not what you want for the Angels. Be better about that tomorrow. Hopefully Chirinos, I don't know what his pitch arsenal is, but I don't think he will have that much of a sweeping slider like Strider has.
Yep.
So hopefully that helps the Angels get their mind refocused a little bit of focusing inside the zone and hitting that sense.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of you and Bally's music, Eric wants you to know that, hey, it's Ohtani's cousin's birthday. Cue the music. Hey, Dominic, do you know who's leading the league in home runs?
Oh, my God. And guess who's pitching Thursday at Angel Stadium? And guess who just showered and cleaned up as the first one out of the clubhouse tonight?
When?
Speaking of the clubhouse tonight, I am seeing absolutely no post-game media tonight.
Really?
I don't know if it's because there's an early game tomorrow. It was get in, get out mentality. Again, Nevin doesn't chase wins, so he probably doesn't chase the media either.
They got to chase him. Well, he's a boring... You ever listen to him talk, though?
It's that smoker's voice.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't want to go to the guys. What?
Yeah, it's like, what did you just say? Yeah, literally looking at Twitter, Sam Blum, Jeff Fletcher, nobody is talking about the Angels after this game. So it looks like the Angels maybe have limited media or just because of a 5-1 very uneventful loss. Yeah. They're just like, okay, Sandy pitched 5 games. He was what we thought they were. Mm-hmm. Atlanta were who they thought we were or they were. And we'll go at it tomorrow. Like, I think that's just the situation when you lose 5-1.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Big 20's on.
There we go.
Call in, Big 20. You got to hear about your job. Let's see. Also, when will they hire a real fucking hitting coach? Haven't had a real hitting staff since Don Baylor. Tired of these assholes sitting on their...
Well, when Don Baylor... Well, that was the year Don Baylor broke his leg.
Yeah, and then...
Rest in peace, Don Baylor. But
and he passed away a little bit after that, didn't he?
Yeah, so...
Damn.
It's just been really, really tough luck for the Angels, unfortunately.
It has been.
Yeah.
Let's see. Halos in the Infield is on the air. It's a beautiful night from baseball as the San Francisco Giants take on the Los Angeles Angels in Game 1 of 3 game set. See, Mateo wants to get on.
Mateo wants to get into that, play-by-play coverage here. I know the Giants series is going to be big. There's some big series coming up for the Angels, and if it's interleague and if it's within the American League, just go out and win.
Yeah.
Just win, baby, win.
And real quick, and Drizzle says also, you don't see any post-game media because it was a loss. The Angels censored media never post anything after a loss. It's pretty comical, and it's true.
I know every game on Bally Sports, they'll show, the Phil Nevin post-game.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a win, it's a little longer. If they lose, we got to go to commercial break. You know. So, yeah, I get it. But even sometimes in losses, at least there's at least a few people tweeting.
Absolutely, and then
that's why I'm thinking it's because if it's a morning game, they want to get back to the hotel, get 8 hours of sleep because they're gonna noon game. They're probably getting to the ballpark probably around 8:30, 9 a.m.
And AM 8:30 does no post games. I know when I was listening to the games on Saturday and Sunday,
except Trent Rush does his Brewery X thing every other Sunday.
He does a couple of those. He might do a post game.
Mailbag type situation on like a getaway day or something.
Yeah, he does stuff like that, but it's funny because the Toronto series, he didn't do one Saturday, and then on Sunday, they just came back with Terry Smith saying, let me give you some out-of-town scores. They recapped the game. Mark Langston gave his final thoughts, and they're all like, well, back to regular programming on ESPN. I mean, they didn't do anything. It's like,
and you think they'd have more of the opportunity to do that because Terry Smith and Mark Langston don't go on road trips.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're here in Anaheim doing it from the trucks or even from the booth in Anaheim. It's like, if you guys, why can't you do a post-game show? You're sitting in the booth. I get it, Terry Smith's getting older. Mark Langston is a veteran pitcher who probably calls his own contract with AM 830. Mm-hmm. It's like, come on, there's other people that do more than you guys. And again, that's a whole nother can of worms in that situation with Artie Moreno pinching the wallet. But pirate teeth Terry Smith needs.
He's got wooden teeth.
Terry Smith, I used to like listening, but now it's not. The Angels are not what it was when as I've gotten older and opened my eyes to a couple of different things. It's like.
Who knows? Maybe we'll be calling games in the future.
Let's go. You know what we should do? Just literally go to an Angel game, sit in the top somewhere 400, 500 level seating, bring the good mics, sneak them in, along with some thunder sticks, and literally be in section 501 in the left field corner, calling the game live from Angel Stadium.
We should make sure that what is it called? We maybe have our own table underneath the hats and call the game from outside the stadium.
And just be in a protest game.
Yeah.
In a protest. If you don't want to, or literally just pick up 2 patio chairs and a little table right in front of the AM 830 studios, the front office doors.
Yeah.
In the right field corner.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me do some. Let me log out. Maybe it's getting blocked again.
Issues.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, Todd.
What's going on?
So, I've been out on the boat for a couple of days, and I've been out on Catalina. But guess what? You know the surf competition I talked about 2 weekends ago or something?
Yes.
Drum roll.
Uh-oh.
I won the whole thing, and I get to go to Hawaii for free now.
Wow.
All right.
Congratulations.
Aloha.
Yes, sir.
So,
yeah.
Are we gonna get any chicks out there or what?
Yeah, every night if my friends have parties out there, I'm gonna I'm gonna try to get girls, but I'm also going to surf. And when my friends are in like a contest over there, I'm also going for like 2 big surf contests. So, but I'm also gonna try to get chicks and like party and stuff.
Well, focus on the surfing. Have a good time.
Yeah, work first, then pleasure second.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna make a bunch of money before I head out there, so I can just be like, hey, chick, I have money, so why don't you get with me or something?
Yeah, hey, chick, I have money. Why don't you get with me? That works every time.
Or like, hey, chick, I won a contest. Like, why don't you get some of this action? See what it does.
See what it
or
does.
Like something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're close.
Or like something like that.
Yeah, that's gonna work, especially in Hawaii. Mm-hmm.
Big Hammer's taking his game on the road.
yeah, but I've been at Catalina for a couple of days, and I saw some pretty hot chicks over there. And then I also, what else did I do this past week? I also like partied with some of my friends. So we're looking at that wave and after saying, my conference and stuff, and there was some party, and I got a kiss on the cheek from one of them.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
So I'm starting to work my way up to more and more. Every night I party with a girl.
Hey,
I
can't say it.
Eric says you gotta score to win, homie.
Yeah, well, I started out with a kiss cheek. Now I'm gonna do. Next time when she's kissing me on the cheek, I'm gonna turn my head and then try to get a kiss on the lips, and then I'll hit a home run maybe. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, kiss on the cheek straight to home run.
But every time I party with chicks, it's getting better. It's getting way better because I'm climbing up the ladder every time.
Yeah, you started out with footsies, and now look at you.
Yeah,
so
now I'm getting kissed on the cheek.
If the Angels win tomorrow morning, he's the reason. He's winning, and by winning.
Yeah, if the Angels win tomorrow and I'm back and I haven't been watching in a while, maybe it's because of me, because I'm back watching the Angels.
I'm sure it is.
Smart thinking. Sir.
Now I know.
Okay.
And knowing is half the battle.
I gotta go party with Jen soon and go to a comp this week and work tomorrow, but hopefully I get some action soon with girls, and hopefully the Angels can start winning and go Angels, and Big 20's back from being out of town. Oh yeah!
All right, Big 20, we love it.
All right, later. Eric said Hammer needs to go to the bunny ranch.
Eric might be winning the comment section tonight with the last two.
What Hammer wants is,
I was pretty cocky. I want balls and
bunny ranch. It's the Halo Hunk line.
Hey, Todd.
Hey, what's up? Who's this?
Nathan.
Nathan, what's going on,
What's up, buddy?
Pretty good. How about you guys?
Having a good time now.
We're catching our second wind right now after the Angels lose. Big Hammer allowed us to catch our second wind a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know one of you wanted to know the pitches for the Braves pitcher. So he's got a sinker, splitter, slider, and a 4-seam fastball, and a 4.43 ERA.
Okay. So a very similar repertoire to Strider a little bit. I don't think he's as effective as Strider with that 4+ ERA, but he's primarily a bullpen pitcher that's going to be coming out of the pen tomorrow, or coming in a starter's role tomorrow. So it'd be interesting to see.
Lucas Giolito.
Yeah, the new guy, Lucas Giolito, coming on in. For you, what are your predictions for tomorrow? What do you think happens?
I say we're going to win, mainly because Giolito's got a good arsenal, and he's got that starting role.
Okay.
He's just got to keep the ball down, though, against those hitters, man. A lot of power in that lineup.
Yeah.
If he leaves one up for Acuna, that's going 500 feet.
You know, the Angels have done a really good job of limiting this Atlanta Braves high-octane offense, only scoring 6 runs in 2 games, which is, I think, better than most people gave us credit for. And Giolito limited a very good Toronto offense on Friday for only 1 earned run.
Yeah.
So if he can at least replicate that outing against Toronto and go 6 innings of 1-run baseball, maybe even 2-run baseball, the rest is going to be on the offense at that point, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think we're all missing the point that Detroit's like zero, like as far as like 40-year-old Miggy
playing twice a week.
Yeah, and then you go right to a fast, high octane Toronto offense, and then you go the same thing with Atlanta. So I'm really liking what they've done so far. I just really want them to finish off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Todd, I got a special guest here right now. Hang on, let me go get him.
Okay.
Well, we know it's a him.
Hey, it's Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog, all right.
All right.
Yeah, Kermit the Frog here. Today was a pretty pathetic performance by the Angels offense.
Yeah, they
the Angels might need the Rainbow Connection tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think they need Gwen Stefanic.
Yeah, there's
I
no
think they need Gwen
girl.
again.
Well, because they sent
Yeah,
Michael
I think
Stefanik
they need Hollaback Girl.
Yeah, Miss Piggy, is she around at all, or because I mean?
No, I eat that bitch.
Oh my God!
It's so hot. I mean, the bacon was sizzling, right? So he had to heat.
It was sizzling.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Was it crispy though?
Yes. Kermit, what the fuck do you want? Wait, why did I just say Kermit when I'm Kermit? What the fuck?
You just broke character.
Miss Piggy's got her
I mean,
munchie.
Elmo. Hello, Kermit. Kermit, what do you want? Yeah, that's my retard friend, Elmo.
Oh,
No.
Well, that's pretty good Kermit, though. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Thank you.
We're definitely catching second win right now.
Yeah, we definitely are. Why is it always the end of the show always goes way off the rails?
Yeah, it 2 calls at the end of the day.
I mean, Artie usually.
What would you
calls
say is better, the Artie or the Kermit the Frog voice?
I think that Artie had a little bit more material. If you work on the material, I think the Kermit.
Especially if he's drunk as shit.
Yeah. So you need to be more edgier with Kermit, and that would fly a lot better.
Yeah.
But you're almost there.
You're
buddy.
on your way. You got the foundation for it.
Yes. But not bad. I like it though.
Yeah. Also, one more thing before I go off the air. Donald, I got a special message for you.
Okay.
I smashed your wife.
What? Okay.
Mike, a phone drop moment. Okay.
That's
now it's really gone off the rails at this point.
Right, smashed your wife. Okay.
All right. Well, let's turn this ship back around.
Not even married, but okay.
All right. So let's go with this. To turn this ship around, let's do this. I guess final thoughts? Final thoughts at this point?
I guess.
What just happened?
I thought that guy was being nice. What the fuck?
Okay. Oh, final caller?
I guess so, yeah.
Oh, let's see what happens.
It's the Halo Honk line.
I'm only going to do 5 minutes. I heard Kermit call. And I had to call because Kermit the Frog is my favorite. And out of all of Fraggle Rock, he's the best. I wasn't going to call in today, but I heard Kermit and I said, "Whoa, that's my boy." Anyway, hey, Todd, is that Fernando Mendez next to you? Fernando, hey, my brown brother, how you doing? Woo! Hold on 1 second before you guys answer that question. Oh boy! Whew. Yeah, there's. Hey, I didn't have any corn.
Well, usually corn comes out the backside, so.
Yeah, what is it with that? You chew it up, and then your body just polishes it up and sends it back out. It's like a jewelry store. It just keeps them going and going, and it's amazing. Look how shiny they are, and they just stand out, and everything else gets mixed up. Anyway, I said I'm going to be quick because I didn't want to call because I got some better things to do. I'm going to be having a party in my house with Roger, and we're celebrating. I know we didn't win tonight, but we're celebrating because we're going to the playoffs.
Well, we're not in the playoffs yet, but I'll tell you what. This isn't Fernando. It's Dominique from Katella Chronicles. You know who that is or no?
Huh? Hey, you work on Katella? I know that shit. A couple of guys that work on that thing too. I think I bought a shirt, an Angel shirt from them for $10, but the print was crooked. I'm never going in there again because that guy gave me attitude.
Well, no, he covers baseball and the Ducks.
Oh.
Yeah, he covers the Angels.
Hey. Well, good for you, man. Keep up the good work. Hey, Todd, I'm thinking of buying Halos in the infield. What do you think?
$10 million.
Is that all? What do I say? Well, you're cheap.
Well, I mean, do you know what you
Ooh.
You all right?
Dry heaves. Those are some of the bitches.
Oh, jeez. Hey, Eric has a suggestion. Would you like to take my spot and commentate with Dominique during a game?
Who's Dominique Wilkins?
No, Dominique next to me, Katella Chronicles.
Oh, Dominique Mendez. Go shoot, brother. Hey, tell me in Spanish like we talk. So it's like secret code, so Todd doesn't know what we're saying. I'll start. Hey, ¿cómo está usted?
Oh, jeez.
That means I want a cheeseburger. Oh, God. It's hot out here.
I don't think you should be eating right now or drinking in this hot sun.
No.
Oh, let me tell you, I just took out 2 fifths of Jim Beam, and that was just to wet my whistle.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Hey guys, good job. Hey, Todd, keep up the good work, man. I love you, man. You know that. You know I have you. You're on the top shelf, Todd.
Yeah,
You're on the top shelf.
I'm on the top shelf.
You're on the top shelf of the greatest guys ever.
Okay.
Like John F. Kennedy Jr. and Tiny Tim and Bill Cosby.
Oh, my God.
You're up there, brother. Except you always wore nicer sweaters than Bill Cosby. I don't know what Bill Cosby was wearing. Matter of fact, what I just threw up looked like one of Bill Cosby's sweaters.
He ate a lot of Poke Pops. I remember that.
Oh, yeah. And he kept rolling his eyes, and he kept serving me drinks. That one drink, I was blacking out.
Unfortunately,
I was like, "This is some hard stuff."
Yeah. Wow.
Oh boy. Oh.
Anyway, good night, boys. See you. Angels win tomorrow, baby. Wow! Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
Hey, Todd, thank you. Hey, Fernando, thanks for coming. Bye.
Bye. Wow, I think that'll send us off.
That'll send us off. We'll get back to baseball to round things off right now.
Yeah.
Recap: Angels lose tonight 5-1. Take a deep breath here. Let's get back into this.
Yeah.
Angels lose 5-1.
Freaking Artie.
Tough night all around. No.
Oh man. No more calls.
We can't handle anymore tonight. We're done.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. We'll love you, but we'll wait till Todd returns on Thursday.
Yeah,
for
Thursday
the Angels Mariners game. Angels lose tonight 5-1. Sandoval 5 innings tonight, gives up 2 runs. Unfortunately, suffers the loss. Offense was null and void tonight. An RBI ground out by Zach Neto is the only run tonight for the Halos. But guess what? In less than 12 hours, or maybe 13 hours, a little less than 13 hours, they're back on Bally Sports West for a 9:20 a.m. first pitch.
Man.
Lucas Giolito against Yanni Chirinos, game 3 of this 3-game set.
A whole lot of...
Good morning from Truist Park, live on Bally Sports West. Exactly. It is what it is at this point. But the Angels looking to take 2 of 3 from the Atlanta Braves tomorrow. For you, Todd, what is the biggest thing that needs to happen tomorrow for the Angels in order to get that dub?
We need to get some runs, man. Just producing some runs that don't start with a home run. I'd like to manufacture runs, or at least do this thing called an inning rally where, we get a couple hits with runners in scoring position. We have a guy at first to score on a double and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, just scoring.
Yeah.
Score as much as you can and do it fast. I think at the end of the day, biggest thing is Giolito just needs to go out and pitch like he did against Toronto. Go out, go be dominant, go show everybody why the Angels gave up a haul to get you. The Angels number 2 and 3 prospect, Edgar Quiero and Kai Bush, to get Lucas Giolito and Ronaldo Lopez last week. It's a big outing for the Angels, looking to wrap up the road trip in a positive sense. They're 5-3 right now through the first 8 games after starting it off sweeping the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, because this could be a really good
winning
road trip.
Absolutely.
That's how you...
Exactly. They could go win 6 of 9 in a road trip that a lot of people thought was not going to go our way, essentially.
Absolutely.
So go out, go win the series tomorrow, come back. The Seattle Mariners are going to be into town, as well as the San Francisco Giants. So this is going to be a big time for the Angels. And then you got the Texas two-step the following weekend. So this is the time. This is pressure cooker time. You made your trades. The trade deadline is over. And you got to show us what you're working with at this point. There is no going back. You decided to somewhat, if not really, blow up the farm system.
Yeah.
To a degree. And you're now the 29th farm system, essentially, in Major League Baseball. And it's time to get it going. According to Silent E, after today, the Angels are 208 for 891 this year with runners in scoring position.
That's terrible.
If you had to put a number without knowing the math right off the bat, what do you think that batting average is?
235 maybe?
235?
Yeah.
Pretty close, 233.
Jeez.
So the Angels are batting 233 with runners in scoring position. And probably a lot of that high scoring was how much was done during that 25-1 win against the Rockies.
Yeah, that probably upped it big time.
That probably upped it maybe from the 210s, essentially. So wipe off the record night back in June against the Colorado Rockies, and it could be very, very different in that scenario.
Home runs with runners in scoring position. You know what I mean? So that skewed it a little bit too. Like, we're not getting the actual hits. I wish he would count those as well. But good night, everybody. I know some people are hopping off right now. They got to go to work. So hopefully everyone has a good night out there. And thanks again, Dominic.
Absolutely. Thanks for hosting as always.
Yeah.
And we get ready for, let's erase the memories. Let's go to bed. Go to bed with a clear head. Wake up with a clear head. And 9:20 a.m. Breakfast and baseball. Get your coffee ready. Watch it from work. Watch it from wherever. It won't be here on YouTube. It'll be on Bally Sports West. And let's cheer on Lucas Giolito. Let's get the series win against a red-hot Atlanta Braves team and come back home for Ohtani Thursday.
Yes.
At the Big A.
And hopefully we get to have you call a good post-game win.
Yeah.
So,
we want a post-game. I don't have the soundboard tomorrow, but hopefully we get some by winning and start the makings of a new win streak.
I could give you the email and stuff for this. If you can pull that up on your stuff, you might be able to use this one.
Potentially, we could try it out.
Yeah. All right. Let me know.
We'll see what happens. Join us in the post-game show tomorrow around your lunchtime. And you never know what can happen.
I'll be in the messages for sure tomorrow.
There we go.
There you go.
Sweet. All right. Thanks, guys, for being a part of the trade deadline special, the play-by-play, the post-game show tonight. We appreciate it. As Todd said, more news to come on bigger and better things.
A lot more.
Coming up, hopefully later this week, if not next week. And let's go Halos. Let's do it. Enjoy.
Let's go.